Hi everyone, this is Rick Slark from Slark Consulting Group, and I'd like to talk to those of you who are potentially going to start a new business in the next period of time. There are 6 common reasons that startups fail, and today I want to talk about those to give you some understanding and help you perhaps avoid some of these mistakes that will lend more to your success. So let's jump into that. The startup failure rate has been pretty consistent over the last many years, and it's really not dependent upon political factors or economic factors. These tend to stay very consistent no matter whether the environment is good or the environment is bad. Well, let's look at those. You see, in the first year, 20% of the small businesses fail, the startups fail. That increases to 50% by year 5, and by year 10, only 1/3 of the small business startups are still running. So 75% typically fail within the first 10 years. A lot of reasons why that happens, but let's talk about the 6 important ones. These are not necessarily in chronological order as far as importance, but all of them are equally important. So let's talk about reason number 1. So reason number 1 is a lack of business skills on the part of the potential owner. Just because you're a good welder or a great welder doesn't mean that you can build a great welding business. It is 2 different skill sets. And what I find often is whatever you're really passionate about and whatever you're really skilled at, most of the time you're not that skilled at business skills. And those 2 are totally different. They don't translate well. And so it's very important that you as a potential business owner get some education on business skills like organization, delegating, accounting, supply chain, just a few. But you don't have to be an MBA, but you need to understand and gain some knowledge there. And so the number 1 reason that we're talking about today is lack of business skills. The second reason that a lot of the businesses fail is they're underfunded. Just simple as that. They run out of money. And so it's critical that you have adequate funding. I always advise clients that they need 3 to 4 times the amount of funding you think you're going to need. If you've ever built a house or moved into a house or something like that, you know it always takes longer than you anticipate and it always costs more. And business is no different. Number 3 is a lack of understanding of the industry. So every industry is different in its measure of attractiveness. Some industries are much more profitable than other industries for a variety of factors. And one of the things that it would really I would advise is that you understand your industry. What's happening in your industry? What's the past 3-5 years look like? What does the next 5 years look like? What's trending in the industry? Understanding that is important. The other part of industry understanding is that where are the competitors playing? Where is everybody playing? And can you find a place that's different than where they're playing? And finally then, where's the life stage of this industry? Is it in a growth mode? Is it in a growth spurt? Or is it in a decline mode? Or is it somewhere in between? So understanding the industry is really, really important. Number 4 kind of goes along with that, and it's understanding the market. Having no understanding of the market is a real problem and one of the factors. And what I mean by the market is the target audience. Who are your products or your services for? And please don't say everyone, because very few industries or businesses are for everyone. They are your product or service will be for a niche, for a defined target. And you need to find out and understand everything you can about that market and how to communicate to them. And a lack of that means you're going to be talking to the wrong people probably. Number 5, no clear direction. We're going to wing this. I don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to start it and see what happens. That's not a good strategy. I understand you can't know everything that's going to happen, but there are some really clear things that you need to understand. How are we going to accomplish our mission? First of all, what is our mission? What are we trying to do? And then how are we going to accomplish that? How much is that going to cost us? All of those things. Counting the cost before you begin by having some clear direction, and winging it is not, it's a contributing factor to startup failure. And number 6 is a lack of a team. What do I mean by team? I mean a good team around you, like a lawyer, insurance personnel, a CPA, a business advisor. All of those are teams that can help you specifically in areas that you're going to confront and you're going to engage in as you move forward in your business. And it's really good to have a trusted team there. And a lot of times I see, especially in the CPA accounting area, I'm just going to handle that on my own, or I'm going to let my spouse handle that, or I'm going to let whatever handle that. Because the main reason is because they don't want to spend the money on it by and large. And it's really not a good way to look at it. That is an investment, and one that could save you, that advice, let's say a CPA advice could save you thousands of dollars in taxes and things like that by just listening to their advice. So having a team around you is really, really important. So let's wrap this up. What would I say? I would say be patient. Take your time. Just because you had the idea yesterday doesn't mean you need to build the business today. So be patient, gain some knowledge, gain some understanding, like we talked about earlier. Make sure you have adequate capital, and I would really encourage you to get an advisor to help you walk through the process. If I can help you, just contact me at slarkconsultinggroup.com. I'd love to help you if I can. So, all right, well, take these 6 things we talked about and don't do them. Do the opposite. All right, thank you, and I'm excited to hear about your business.